Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode in the Classic Mini Clubman. If you'd seen the last episode, you see we got the majority of the outer sill off the car, and we've sort of cut out the worst of the rot. I left that episode with all of this in cure rust, just to help get rid of any surfaced corrosion that there might be. That's done its job really well. I've just started sanding it back and it's all coming back to nice decent steel again, so I'm really chuffed at that. I'm just going to go through with some more cure rust and do inside this cavity here. You can see the surface rust in it, but it's not all the way. It's quite decent to the back of it. So I'm just going to get a load of cure rust in there, and then I'll prime all that, and I might even get the old body colour out to sort of lock all that in. But we'll see. Well, might not go that far, but we'll definitely get some primer in there, some zinc primer, to stop anything getting any worse. So yeah, I'm really chuffed at what I found. Like I mentioned in the last episode, it's nothing worse than I thought. I knew there was a dodgy repair here, and a few repairs in the inner sill is nothing more than you'd sort of expect from a Mini. Well, I'd expect worse from a Mini this age, to be honest, but yeah, anyone's ever seen the sort of cars I own, you know they're a lot worse than this. So yeah, I'm going to crack on now. I'm going to make all the sections up from, I've basically got half an inner sill left from my 95 mini sidewalk I had. But once again, if you don't have that, obviously I'm running through some of my spares that I've got. Bend a bit of steel with a vise, or a good old piece of wood and a hammer and dolly. You can knock a piece of steel together with a nice bend in it. Basically you just need this bend here. It's not too hard to do. So for now I'm going to get some cure rust in this, then I'm going to drag out that half a sill that I've got and start chopping it up and making some repair sections up. Hopefully in this episode I'd like to get all of this end solid again, and then we can start to cut that out. Yeah, catch you soon in a bit. Right, so you can see this very dusty, scratched up, and a little bit battered, maybe. A bit of inner sill I've got there. If you see, it's basically half of an inner sill. Basically I had to do the front half of the repair on the sidewalk, so I didn't see the point in using it all. You can see where the seat back anchors should be. So this is actually for the passenger side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use it in the same respect, but I'm going to use the profile that I've already got, and I'm going to make my repairs up to go in there. So basically just saves me with a bit, folding a bit of steel, and I know it's the correct profile for the floors. So yeah, I'm going to mark out this with some cardboard, and then we'll get this cut up, make some repair sections up, ready for some welding. Right, so I said I was going to cut out that inner sill and make up my repair sections. That's exactly what I've done. Obviously I need to trim back all the edges and get them ready for welding, but that's basically where we're at. So we've got a repair section for under there, got a longer section for there, and one's got up in there, and a small piece to go in there, but I might cut that out and just extend it. Yeah, we'll see how we get on with that really. But see, I'm leaving that for now until I've done this bit of welding, then we'll lock that lot out as well. So let's get this metal cleaned up and let's get cracking. Right, so I've gone ahead, cleaned up these patches that you saw me have. I appreciate this one's sticking out a little bit, but what I'm going to do is once I've got it welded in a bit at the bottom, so I'm going to slit that and then fold that in, because I've made like a bit of an awkward shape really, and I didn't want to take this out because this is good and solid, and then I'm going to seam weld across there. So that's why that's like that, so don't judge on that at the moment, it's going to be right. And then I've tacked this piece in as well, so we've got 7 tacks around it. This bit was done the other night. I've obviously filmed this over a few few days, and I didn't get any footage on doing that section because I was pretty much welding in the dark, which is not ideal, but yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do. So I'll stick you guys on a time lapse, and we'll get all this welded in. I'm going to do quite a bit of welding from the inside because I hate welding upside down, so most likely these bits and these bits I'll do from inside, and then I'll come out and I'll weld this bit here. So the sill comes all the way down to about here, so you're not going to see any of this once we're done. So do the best we can with it, and then get that out after. So right, catch you back in a sec. Right, welcome back guys. I filmed as much of the welding as I could. I kept knocking the camera and stuff like that, so I obviously didn't want to break it. Yeah, I've dressed back what I have. I haven't dressed back this because this is your seatbelt mount. I put some etch primer over the whole thing. I've not gone crazy with grinding back my welds. You obviously see my welding. I get quite a good penetration and everything, but I'm getting better and better. But like all this seam welding along here, really chuffed with it. But every now and then, I think because of the thickness of the steel, maybe I'm blowing through every now and then, so it starts to look a bit messy. But the fact that it's under the sill, it doesn't bother me too much as long as it's good and solid. That's what I'm going for at the moment. It's practice at the end of the day. We're all learning as we go. So if I thought I was doing anything wrong, I just wouldn't do it. So I'm really good. Nice solid inner sill this end anyway. Obviously we've got the front end of it to address, which is included in the floor pan. But yeah, really chuffed with that. So I've got some etch primer on it, and it's solid. So I have got a bit giddy, and I know we're miles off this, but I did just mock this up, have a look, and I can't wait to get that fitted. So my weld just stops about there. So the repairs really haven't taken too much out of the car. So can't wait to get these on. Really can't wait. So but that's just me being a bit giddy. Right, I think that just about wraps this episode up. Basically, we've addressed the rear end of the inner sill. We've made all the repair panels. I've used what scrap steel I have lying about. I appreciate not all you guys that are doing this the first time will have the scrap steel, but it really isn't hard to get hold of. And in hindsight, if I really wanted to, I could have just put a hole in a sill in this car. But I don't think it needed it. You know, it needed a patch there and a patch there. So I did that. You know, an inner sill is 30-40 quid. So, you know, we're on a budget here, and I had some scrap steel. So it's one of the skills I really want to learn and get better at, is fabrication and making repair sections up, because they can save you money and they can save you panels and a lot of chopping and originality of the car if that's what you're going for. So right, we'll leave that one there. Etch primer on that. Next stage is cut the front part out. We're going to address this door step as well. Try and get that done. I try and film as much as I can. Like I say, the first repair up this end, I filmed it, but it was half hour after work and it was pitch black and you couldn't see anything, so I didn't think it was worth including it. But obviously you can see the finished product. It's all welded up and solid again. So I really wanted to go to town a little bit. I mean, it's stitched from factory. This seatbelt mount, so I've seam welded it underneath. I did it on my sidewall, completely seam welded them in. I don't think you can go too wrong in your safety. So yeah, Thanks for watching, guys. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up, because you guys keep subscribing, you guys keep liking and commenting. It's really pushing me to go along, and I really hope some of you guys are getting something out of this. I'm doing it to prove that you can do it on a budget, and I'm doing it for you guys to get into your cars. Please get into your cars, keep classic cars alive. That is why me and many others do videos across the world. So catch you next one, guys. Stay safe.